back to Cinema Vino. It's good to have you guys here with us. It's me, Todd Wofford, and Shoujo.
Hi.
And we're here with our New Year's episode. We've only done a few of these. Not a whole lot of New Year's Eve movies out there, but there are a few.
What other ones are out there?
Well, we did When Harry Met Sally.
Yep, that's a good one.
Yeah, which we actually re-aired a week or two ago after Rob Reiner passed. We had a whole collection of his movies, which I put together.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. And, I mean, you could make an argument for Godfather 2 because the big moment there during the Cuban Revolution takes place at New Year's Eve. And the moment where he lets Michael Corleone lets Fredo know that he's betrayed him is at midnight. So yeah, you can make an argument that's a New Year's Eve movie. But yeah, not a whole lot of other ones. There's a few, but not many.
Why do movie makers hate New Year's Eve?
I don't know. It's a good question. I think it doesn't have the same magic as Christmas.
Did Sleepless in Seattle have a New Year's twist on it at any point?
Maybe. I think so. That's the same crew of people.
Yeah.
Nora Ephron. It's that same general team of people.
Schmaltziness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same genre. But yeah, Entrapment. So this came out April 30th, 1999. And it was very Y2K centric. Yeah, that was the big craze at the time.
Yeah, I guess there was a Y2K movie that came out within the last year.
Really?
Yeah, it was like a Y2K bug movie. I think it was like, what if it actually was a problem?
Yeah. So for people who are too young, I mean, my understanding of it, and I'm not a big tech guy, but basically the fear was that the machines, when they roll over to 99 to 2000 to 00,
right, it
would cause massive worldwide malfunctions.
The idea was that we hadn't built out the system to be able to handle a 00. It would think that everything goes back in time, to the year 00, and all your computer systems would fault and just
yeah,
Stack Overflow sort of situation.
Yeah, at midnight.
Right. When everything turned over to Y2K, all of the power grid would go down. That was the reigning theory.
Yeah. Yeah. So, which did not happen.
Did not?
I mean, it was some very mild malfunctions, but no, it was very quiet.
I want to say I remember that New Year's Eve. I think I was over at my friend Jacob's house. Yeah. We banged on pots and pans. We were 10.
As you do.
We were 10.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And I was sophomore college.
Yeah.
So now there you go.
Same age.
Yes. Roughly.
Roughly the same
age. Maturity.
Yeah.
I think we banged on pots and pans also.
I think so too.
So this grossed a total of 212 million.
212?
Yeah. 212, 124 international, 87 domestic.
Okay. What was the budget?
This had a budget of 66 million.
Okay.
So
it's not bad.
Yeah.
It's modest.
This was a hit, I would say.
Modest returns.
Yeah. I'd call this a hit.
I remember watching this.
Yes.
Yes. Well, I was a big Sean Connery guy, right?
Namesake.
It is literally my namesake. So I kind of carte blanche to watch any Sean Connery movie.
As you should.
As you should. I definitely remember watching this. I don't remember how old I was.
Yeah. I mean, you'd have been young for sure.
Because this was... April 99 is weird because it was so focused on the Y2K turn.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
This movie was very much a product of its time in many ways. We'll get into that.
I feel like you could have made this movie set at any other time.
Yeah.
It didn't have to be New Year's.
It definitely followed some cinematic trends though of the late 90s. So a brief description for everybody out there. The film opens with a painting getting stolen and
a Rembrandt.
Yeah, a Rembrandt. And you have Jen Baker, who's Catherine Zeta-Jones, who was the it girl at that time.
Yeah.
Is an insurance investigator who offers to go undercover to catch who she thinks did it, which is a Scottish master thief,
Mac
McDougal. And so she works her way into his good graces, and with the idea that they're going to steal a crazy expensive Malaysian mask. And, it soon becomes apparent that possibly he's manipulating her.
I think it was a Chinese mask.
Was it?
Yeah, I think it was a Chinese mask because it was 100 or 2,000 years of Chinese art.
Oh, yeah.
Was the sign. Because that was in London, or that was in Scotland.
There's a Chinese mask in Malaysia.
No. The mask was in Europe. It was in London. And then they went to Malaysia for the bank job.
Okay. Kuala
Lumpur.
You're right.
Yeah.
Okay. I get them all mixed up. But yeah, they're stealing the mask, and either he's manipulating her for his gain or she is manipulating him for her own gain. And it's unclear. Yeah.
At one point, my wife looked over at me and literally just goes, wait, who's conning who?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, yeah, that's the point.
Yeah, there's the mystery.
Nobody knows.
Yeah. And so, and there are some cool heist scenes mixed in here,
The laser scene is iconic.
Oh, yeah.
It's iconic.
I mean, it was in all the trailers. It was in all the commercials. I mean,
it was an excuse to put Catherine Zeta-Jones in leather pants.
Yeah.
And make her stick her butt up in there.
And do some calisthenics.
Yeah.
And yeah, exactly. And
have Sean Connery in the corner just going, yeah,
it's like with spandex.
Higher. Raise your leg higher.
And of course he wants to do it again. It's like, how,
of course.
Again. We're done when you get it right. So, yeah. Of course he's doing like that. A star from the beginning. I apologize in advance for all of my Sean Connery impressions that are going to happen. So yeah, this was a big hit. I remember seeing it in the theater.
Okay.
And thinking it was fun. I mean, it was to me just pure popcorn junk food movie. Just watch it and forget it.
Did Phantom Menace come out this year?
About a month later.
99?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So it had about a month to shine before it got totally demolished in the box office.
Yeah, nobody put anything out around that movie.
Nor should they have.
Yeah, no. So yeah, you got Sean Connery, Catherine Zeta-Jones, Ving Rhames, Will Patton as the investigator, Captain Friendzone, who just harbors a big crush on him.
He's not really in it very much.
No, and his job is to be like a little whip puppy, show up and get played periodically.
You haven't reported in.
Yeah. What about me?
What about me?
So yeah, this was co-produced by Sean Connery, directed by John Aniel, who directed an underrated little movie in the 90s called Copycat with Sigourney Weaver and Holly Hunter, where they're chasing a crazy serial killer, I believe played by Harry Connick Jr.
Harry Connick Jr.
Which is very 90s.
Hope floats?
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that's what I've got for it. So you've seen it. I'm curious to hear what your thoughts were then and what your thoughts are now.
What are we drinking though?
Before I get too far ahead of myself, we're drinking the Cune Cava, which is a Spanish bubbly. So this is going to be from the Catalonia region of Spain, northeastern Spain.
Which borders on France.
Yeah, exactly.
Cava is a nice little cheaper alternative to champagne.
It is. It's like I don't know if this would be offensive to say it's like a little brother to French bubbly, but it is a less expensive alternative.
I love Cava.
Yeah. I mean, this is probably $20.
Yeah.
For New Year's Eve.
This is delicious.
You can have a bottle of this and not think twice about the cost of it like you would with a $75 French champagne.
What's this going to be like?
So this is going to be
7-8%?
It's going to be a little more than that. I believe it's, you might
10, 11?
fish it out of there, but I was going to be around 11%. It'll have a decent ABV. It'll be a lot higher than what you'd see for like a sparkling vino.
11.5.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure.
No, it's got some oomph.
Yeah, I love a Spanish Cava. So is Cava region specific or is Cava just a Spanish sparkling?
It's not region specific for sure because like the area that we went to was completely different from this and they featured Cava. In fact, where we went to San Sadurní, which is west of Barcelona by an hour or more, that's where Freixenet, which is like the big Spanish, with the black frosted bottle. Huge winery, one of the biggest wineries in the world is there at Freixenet. And the place we went to was right next to it, like a little 90-acre winery, like right next to it. But so it's definitely not region specific. But I think it's going to be more like a grape. This has, and I think this is very common in Cava. This is a Cerello, Macabeo, and Parellada. So those are going to be Spanish specific grapes.
Spanish grapes.
Mm-hmm. And that's your classic trio for Spanish Cava. So it is unique in that way, but this also has that sort of, non-specific, like French bubbly. It's not champagne, but like the champagne you find in other regions of France.
Right. Other regions of France, they'll call it sparkling wine.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Not champagne.
Yeah.
Because it's not champagne.
No. But yeah, this to me has a lot of fresh fruit notes on it. It has that classic it has those apple and
apricot-y kind of pear.
A lot of fruity notes, but it's not sweet.
Yeah.
In that way. It's not obnoxious and like cloyingly sweet.
It's not dry either. It's not it's a brute, but it doesn't like chap you like a brute.
No. No, you'll find some much drier brutes in the world than what this one is. This one it's not sweet, but it's definitely has a little more of that sugary.
No, it's tasty.
Yeah.
It's good for New Year's.
Be perfect.
It's good for a toast.
Yeah. especially, you want to be budget conscious. You want to, because it's like, I'm too distracted if I'm at a party to really pay attention to the bubbly I'm drinking. So, as long as it's decent, I don't really care.
Yeah.
So that would be my thing there is like, don't lose too much. It's like weddings. Well, don't spend too much on wine for your wedding because you're going to be too distracted to drink it anyway. So get something that's good, but don't worry. Don't go too crazy,
Yeah. The one we had in Portugal was really good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
For the wedding?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys had some great wines.
Yeah.
And there's just
Portugal it's all great wine.
Yeah. Can't recommend that place enough for.
Yeah. High key recommend.
Yeah. It's attractive. It's got so many good wines, good food, good everything. It's an underrated jewel in Western Europe.
Spain, not so bad.
Yeah.
Not so bad.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, if you could combine the two into one trip, that'd be a heck of a combo. Is hit up Barcelona and then head west to Porto.
Yep.
Or vice versa. Either way.
Yeah.
You'll be doing some good stuff.
So, real quick, where did they film this movie? Because it was kind of all over the place. There was like a castle.
Mm.
Was that actually filmed like in a castle in Scotland?
A lot of this was filmed on location. Yeah, this is a lot of location shooting. So
did they film in Malaysia, in Kuala Lumpur?
Yeah, they did.
Wow.
This actually attracted a lot of controversy in Malaysia because of how they framed it, where it's like the big modern Petronas towers combined with like a lot of slums and impoverished people. The juxtaposition really offended the Malaysian government. They protested at how they were depicted.
Well, so my uncle and my aunt and uncle lived in Kuala Lumpur for a little bit. My uncle actually worked in that building.
Mm.
They did not love it. It was not great. They got mugged quite a few times.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Or at least mugged, pickpocketed, bag stolen, cut off, things like that. So it's Kuala Lumpur is not,
not the safest place.
Not the safest place, but
yeah,
I don't know.
And
I've never been there.
This may have struck a nerve with them for that reason. This may have hit a little too close.
Hey.
Yeah.
So what did I think of this movie?
Yeah, what did you think of this movie?
It was fine. I can't recommend it. I also can't say it was bad.
Yeah.
It lands squarely in this was a movie. It hit a lot of those notes that an action movie or a late 90s thriller is going to hit.
Yeah.
Kind of reminded me of I don't know, what's the movie about with Samuel L. Jackson with it ends with the truck blowing up on the Canadian border.
Oh, Long Kiss
Goodnight.
Yeah.
Kind of gave me those vibes, just sort of there's that mystery that's sort of going throughout it, and there's this weird romantic tension that they're going to weave through. Not age appropriate.
No.
At all. What's the age gap there?
Between them?
Yeah.
So Sean Connery was almost 70 when this came out.
Right. And Catherine Zeta-Jones would have been mid-20s?
Yeah, she might have been 30, but if she was 30, she wasn't.
So let's be conservative, call it a 40-year age gap.
Yeah. And that was a thing in the 90s. We'll cover that in a minute. But this was a trend back.
Well, and for sure this was a Sean Connery produced movie because he was irresistible. Right?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh yes.
Yeah, just so charming.
Yeah, those eyebrows that were painted on. His acting chops were fine. He kind of played the same person he always does.
This was kind of him in neutral,
Yeah, I'm not saying he was cruising, but he was just sort of. He was performing.
It's the kind of movie he could do in his sleep.
Yeah. He wrote the part for him.
Yeah.
Or he produced it and was like, this is going to be my character. This is how I'm going to play it.
There's always at least one sentence in every...
Write this around me.
Yes. And make sure we get Catherine Zeta-Jones or someone comparable. Maybe Renee Zellweger, But it's you could tell there's always that one line in every Sean Connery movie that sounds like it was crafted specifically for
him to say in his accent.
Like the movie Rising Sun, it's we're going to beat the grass to startle the snakes. And, Last Crusade, it was I suddenly remembered my Charlemagne.
So what's the line here?
I think in this one, it's entrapment is what cops do to thieves.
Was it that or was I'm never late. If I'm late, I'm dead.
It's because I'm dead. Yeah.
It's because I'm dead.
Yeah, this was heavy into Conneryisms. It leaned hard into him, which, if you want to make that money, it's what you got to do.
Yeah, he got some strong one-liners in there.
Yeah, yeah.
The acting is fine. It's a really small cast, all things considered.
Yeah.
Vin Rames is a great actor to have who gets maybe like 3 lines. One of them is really weird.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm sure that sales pitch to him was like, "Hey, Ving, you want to go to Malaysia?
You want to go to Malaysia?
You want to go, hang out in London for a little bit? Go to a Scottish castle and hang out with Connery?" It's like, sure.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because they flew him to multiple sets. He was in Scotland. He was in Malaysia.
Yeah, he was all over the movie.
For as much as he was in the movie, like very little.
Yeah,
he had to go to a lot of places.
They had to get the money's worth out of him.
You're right. That's a strong sell.
Yeah.
He had that one weird line whenever he's just the delivery of it is very strange. I can't remember what the line is, but when he's talking to the FBI or the insurance agent in Malaysia.
Yeah.
He says something like, "And he always gets his man."
It was weird. It
was a weird vibe.
That's the take they went with.
It is the take they went with. It's of all the takes in this movie, I don't besmirch that one.
Yeah.
I get it.
Well, sometimes you're just trying to add a little spice to it.
Yeah. You're trying to you're not trying to one up the guy you're playing against, but you got to ham it up a little bit.
Well, yeah, it's like, this is, kind of a rice cake movie. We got to add a little seasoning to it.
Yeah. You got to throw some peanut butter on there.
Yeah. Something.
Yeah.
Flavor.
Yeah. Yeah. I give this movie a solid 6.
Yeah.
It is a nothing movie.
Yeah.
I remember enjoying it more as a kid, and I was really excited to revisit it because I wanted to kind of revisit, why did I like this?
Yeah.
And in my head, I was like, okay, spoilers. I remember that she ended up getting double crossed at the end, and he was the one who was trying to get her. And as a kid, that blew my mind because I was never quite sure who was playing who, and who was actually the thief and who was, blah, blah, blah. And I remembered as a kid, I was like, okay, she is the one who gets got at the end.
Yeah.
But I didn't remember that he sort of helps her escape real quick and saves her $1 billion.
Yeah.
Which I do not understand how that scheme worked.
No. Well, it has a little bit of Office Space to it.
Yeah. It's we're going to take little tiny amounts and nobody will notice.
Yeah. It's like Superman 3.
Perfect heist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, which, it's kind of a bummer after they do the cool, the actual jewel, they're stealing something physical. That to me is the more fun heist. Watching numbers on the screen.
Yeah. Watching them go to a bank, hit a button.
Yeah. And all of a sudden we're talking decimal places, and it's like, oh, well, that's not nearly as fun,
And how incompetent was the armed guards that were in the tower?
Yeah.
They had the SWAT team guys on the first floor hanging out in vans.
Yeah.
Just ready for them to be like, armed guards, go.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Stage them throughout the building.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I think Batman and Dark Knight would have been really disappointed by these cops, where it's he sets up the plane to fly by, and Holmes like, wait a minute, where are you guys at? Get up here. I went to all this trouble.
What do you mean your armed guards are all the way downstairs?
Yeah, watch me fly away.
I have a cool parachute.
Yeah. It's like, I could have just used my cape. So
no, it's a nothing movie. It is a movie that got made.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. I didn't hate it. No. I could turn my brain off and just sort of follow along.
And that's the key. That's the charm to it.
You get a little twisted around. The script gets a little claggy in the middle where you're just like, wait, what?
It does. It's too long.
It's too long on one heist for them to throw in a second heist at the end and be like, oh, by the way, you have a day to do it.
Yeah.
We didn't plan for this better?
It's impossible, but doable.
Yeah. I said it's impossible.
Yeah.
But it's doable.
Even they're drinking Singha beer, so it's that. Even that seems Sean Connery Singha, the pride of Malaysia. It's they had to pick that out for him to say.
Yeah, 100%.
And if we can't get that, get Sapporo.
I do like a Singha.
Yeah.
No, it gets a little convoluted. It's not even a long movie. It's an hour 42, hour 50.
Feels longer.
It does. It does feel longer. It gets bogged down, and it's just some of the characters are weird, and there aren't that many characters to go around to begin with.
Yeah.
The plot gets kind of it's they get really specific and then they get really sped up.
Well, and to me, there's an element in this time period where the characters have to be as stupid as the script needs them to be.
Yeah, exactly. Especially the insurance guy,
where it's like clearly
the foil, like chasing them around.
Yeah, it's clearly she's playing you and she's working both sides and yada yada yada, and then you let her go and walk away in Malaysia. It's like you're just letting her steal that. And then at the train station later, real lax, let's leave them alone. Everybody walk away.
Yeah, let's give them space. Oh, this train is coming? Don't worry about it.
Yeah. It's like the Austin Powers thing. It's like, I'm going to give you lots of time to plan your escape with the, sharks with laser beams.
Why are you telling him all of our plans?
Yeah. It's like, it's like that's the Die Hard thing is like characters have to be, just stupid enough to let the bad guy progress the plot.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where we are with this one.
Yeah, for sure. This is just kind of a dumb movie, but I enjoy it.
Just as long as you don't think about it.
As long as you don't think about it. It's like Love Actually. Just don't think about it.
Just go with it.
Just go with it. Ride the wave.
But that was the thing of this time was much older men and much younger women. Like you think about like the one movie that I was looking at maybe doing for Valentine's was like Sabrina with Harrison Ford, and he was in mid-50s. Julia Ormond, I believe, was mid-late 20s for that.
More appropriate than Sean Connery.
And then the later he had was at 6 Days, 7 Nights with Harrison Ford and Hannah Heche. I don't think she was 30. If she wasn't much over 30. And then you had, was it Volcano with Hannah Heche and Tommy Lee Jones?
God, Tommy Lee Jones was born looking old.
Yeah. Well, and he's been a 55-year-old man since the 60s. But there were a lot of those movies that came out where you had like a much older actor with a much younger actress. That was a staple of this time period. But then, of course, like the next year, Catherine Zeta-Jones marries Michael Douglas, who I believe is 28 years older than her.
I was going to say Michael Douglas is no spring chicken at this time.
Yeah. So that was a trope back then of much older actors.
Angelina Jolie with Billy Bob Thornton.
Yeah.
What was that age gap like?
Not as dramatic, but I would say at least 15 years.
Yeah.
But what was the other? There's another one I was thinking of, like another action movie. Like the movie A Perfect Murder with Michael Douglas and Gwyneth Paltrow. She was like in her early 20s. And again, Michael Douglas, early to mid 50s.
Well, we know Gwyneth Paltrow's picker is not great.
Yeah, definitely. It's not working in her favor.
No.
But there were a lot of those kind of movies that were out in this time period of I will give it to a similar movie that came out this year, Thomas Crown Affair, which was a remake of the Steve McQueen movie, but with Pierce Brosnan and Rene Russo. Did you ever see that?
Pierce Brosnan feels like a spiritual successor to Sean Connery and not just for the James Bond reasons.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That kind of suave,
kind of like older guy that is weirdly attractive. They pair him with younger women.
And I will say Thomas Crown had him with Rene Russo, who's more age appropriate.
Sure.
So I would give that the elevation over this movie because it does have like, she's probably in her mid 40s. He's probably around 50-ish at this time. So it's a good pair. They're actually, they fit each other rather than, some actors who just got out of college, so it's less icky.
George Clooney. He's at this time in like the late 90s, he wasn't older, but now he's older, and I feel like he still gets paired with younger women. Yeah.
Which I mean, around this time, you had, was it Conspiracy Theory with Mel Gibson and Julia Roberts? I mean, she's, I think maybe 30 at the time that came out, and Mel Gibson is, pushing 50.
Sure.
So it was a thing back then. It was kind of icky.
He had great mullets though.
He did.
He hadn't gone kooky yet.
Yeah. He was on his way, but he wasn't there yet.
Yeah. Didn't go full on anti-Semite.
Not yet.
No.
But so, and that I think kind of gives this movie a little bit of an ickiness to it of watching a 70-year-old man.
But the movie also frames it in a way that she is seducing him and he's resisting her wiles, which I feel like you can kind of get away with that a little bit. It's when you step back at the casting and see that he was the producer that you're like, oh, yeah, that's weird.
Yeah.
It's like Tarantino getting his, directing a foot in his own mouth.
So it's a little awkward.
A little weird when you think about it.
But I would give this, a 5.5, 6 in that range. Yeah. Not something worth seeking out, but not necessarily worth turning off if you see it on TV. Falls into a weird middle ground. Yeah. So it does take place on New Year's Eve. So
yeah, you get a little bit of Christmas, but they kind of ignore it.
If you wanted to, you could time it out to where midnight for you falls for midnight in the movie.
Why?
But there are cooler things. The cooler movies, you could do that kind of stuff too.
But then it gets confusing because, there's a 10-second gap.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like, I don't know what time am I on.
Well, and then you could do that with Harry Met Sally. You could do it with Forrest Gump. Supposedly there's a moment where you could time it where Forrest Gump and Lieutenant Dan celebrate in Times Square, and he makes out with the girl and is like, I'm sorry, Lieutenant Dan, she tastes like cigarettes. So you can time that out too.
Yeah.
So you could have better.
That is a better movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could have better adventures than this movie. So 5.5, kind of an underwhelming movie to me, especially going back now. I thought it was cooler back then because I enjoyed the heist.
Yeah, the heist seemed cooler then. Now, I think this kind of set the stage for like the laser trope.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely became an iconic thing because of the trailers and everything. I mean, it's like it became clear probably to the studio brass, this is what gets them in the theaters. It's like the promise of
lasers
and spandex and hot chicks.
When did Mission Impossible come out?
First one came out in 96.
Okay.
Which that was one of those movies that kind of ushered in the
heisty kind of lasers.
Because you had GoldenEye come out in 95, Mission Impossible in 96. I mean, True Lies in 94. That kind of had a brief run of spy movies that came out. So you had that kind of like that idea of stealing. This was part of a wave of theft movies also, because you had this movie, you had Ocean's 11 around this time frame.
Great movie.
The Score with De Niro and Ed Norton.
Italian Job remake.
Thomas Crown. I mean, you had a lot of thief movies around this time period. So that was a hot thing. Mid-90s, I think, were more disaster related stuff. You had a lot of disaster movies like Twister and kind of those Earthquake and Volcano and all those mid to late Deep Impact, Armageddon. The mid-90s were all about disasters, and we transitioned into like master thief movies.
Does explain why I thought volcanoes were going to be a bigger issue when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Jurassic Park
was 93. That also kind of like
disastrous
for sure. Also elements of horror. But that definitely, you had the two movies about volcanoes. You had Dante's Peak and Volcano in 97. Then you had two movies about asteroids in 98. So, no, it was Volcano and Dante's Peak, and then Deep Impact and Armageddon in 98. Yep. So you had two. We could definitely do a good podcast.
Do a whole series of just like two for movies.
Yeah. Do Tombstone and Wyatt Earp.
Yep.
And then do Deep Impact.
We've done Tombstone. Compare that to Wyatt Earp with Kevin Costner. Yeah.
Spoiler alert, Wyatt Earp sucks.
Tombstone fucks.
Yeah.
The movie's so good.
Yeah. Well, and that you could cover the drama behind, we're getting off topic a little bit, but you could cover the drama behind there was supposedly Costner's production company tried to sabotage Tombstone before it came out. Because Wyatt Earp came out the next summer, and so they were trying to derail the production of Tombstone as much as they could.
Well, isn't it a lot of times that happens because a movie will get kind of like written as a script, and then it kind of gets floated around, and then sometimes it'll get split off into a different movie, and then you get two parallel paths to the same movie getting developed in different directions with different writers.
Very well could be.
Yeah.
Yeah. That could be the case for all of these. Or that, studio executives get wind of something going on across the way.
They're like, we got to get on this.
Yeah. They're doing Wyatt Earp. Let's do Wyatt Earp also, know. So.
Well, you're going to do Wyatt Earp. We're going to do a better Wyatt Earp.
Exactly.
We're going to call ours Wyatt Earp.
And did not work.
No.
It is lame. But anyway, I'll be curious. I want to go back and see what other people think of it too. I thought it was horrible, especially compared to Tombstone.
Yeah.
So
Tombstone's so good.
Yeah.
So this movie, Entrapment, 5.5, 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, real middling of a movie.
Real meh.
Worth watching if it's on TV.
Yeah.
Which it won't be.
And I would go as far as say give it a chance if it's on TV.
If you've never seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't lean too hard into it.
Don't go out of your way.
If you need to keep finding other stuff to flip to, go for it.
This is not a Michelin star movie.
No.
Don't go out of your way for it.
Exactly. But yeah, Kuhn, Kava, Brute, good stuff. Look for it, whatever Bubbly's sold.
That's C-U-N-E.
Yeah. Kuhn. And yeah, Happy New Year to everybody. Hopefully 2026 is not so bizarre and surreal as 2025.
Oh, it will be.
I'm sure it will be.
Just you wait.
We're just getting warmed up. Yeah, I'm Todd Woff. Got Show Joe.
Yo.
Sean Jordan. And we will see you guys next time. Great movies. Only drunker.
Happy New Year.